How you doing? I tried to come out here where there might be some more light on me, where you can see at all, but I don't know if you can or not. So anyway, I'm gonna keep going this time. I'm having a mother's 3 blind mice, so I came outside, put a plastic up. $4 a pour, I ain't complaining. I'm at I don't know what kind of place you describe it as. It's really a great place to listen to local live music here in town, cartoons. I've heard some people describe it as a dive. I personally wouldn't, but you know, to each their own. The place was functioning when I first came to Springfield 100 years ago, 26 years ago, I guess it is now. As most of you know, live music has been tough for me over the last few years, especially after losing Seamus. You know, him and I used to go to all the shows together. I've only been able to do the live music thing a couple times.
Take care, guys. Peace out.
But I thought I'd try again tonight, having the chance to get out. So this is the introductory part. I'm just going to do one long video probably today and do several segments, and I'll string them all together at the end. But this is Tony Beer Whisperer at local kind of, I don't know, if you'd say legendary or landmark Springfield, Missouri club, restaurant club, cartoon. So here you go. Here's to you. I'll be back, I promise. Howdy do, buckaroos. Let's talk. Hey, I'm drinking a Mother's Imperial 3 blind mice, but I'm not doing this video specifically for this beer. I just wanted to talk a little bit. I'm going to put a video before this if it came out at all. I didn't look. I should have looked, so you know what I was doing. But anyways... So I hadn't been out to listen to music in a long time. It's something that I used to do a lot of before Seamus got sick. I would say 90% of the shows that Seamus went with me to was because I knew some folks. I was able to get in most places with him, even some places that didn't necessarily allow kids, because you know, again, I knew folks that either ran the place, or I knew some of the performers that were able to kind of pull some strings for me. And we just went to a lot of shows. That's what we did, man. We just love to do that. And in a sense, we lost him to leukemia. It's been very hard for me to get out and listen to music. I've been able to do it a couple of times, but it's always difficult. But there's a local band, the Dropouts. Dropouts, kind of one of those local legends, you know. Just a bunch of great local musicians. Boy, I'm having trouble speaking today. Local musicians. They do a nice mix, a lot of classic rock, some other genres in there as well. They even did a couple country tunes last night. To be honest with you, I only stayed for the first set. They didn't start till 9:30, and I stayed till 11. That was their first set. They were going to go off and they were going to bring some past members on. But one of the past members was a guy named Greg Frazier. I've known Greg. I mean, I won't say we're buddies. We don't hang out together, but I've known him for... I don't know, at least 15 years anyway. He used to run sound for a local blues club called Nathan P. Murphy's, and him and I used to have a lot of conversations back in the day, and he knew Seamus. So I kind of wanted to go, and it was one of the promoters of the show was a guy named Monty Lortz, who's kind of a local promoter around here, and Monty was instrumental to get Seamus and I into a lot of shows. He did a festival a few years back here in town called the Ozfest. That was one of Seamus's favorite. I got some mad scientists here going on today. Anyway, I don't know what the hell's going on with it, but anyway, called the Ozfest. A lot of great blues folks. Michael Burks was one of the headliners, and there were several other people. But anyway, that was one of Seamus's favorite blues festivals. It was just a lot of fun. So anyway, I tried to get out last night for a little bit. They played some great stuff. It's not only that they did, it's the way they do their covers that was fantastic. There's a lot of cover bands out there, and it's not necessarily a respected field among musicians, but the way these guys put these songs together and the way they perform them is great. They don't just stand there and sing, they actually perform the songs, which I like. So anyways, it was a good time. And I did get to talk to Monty and his wife Kathy out there last night. They actually invited me to sit with them. They, showed some gratitude to, that said it was nice to see me out. They hadn't seen me out in some time, so they actually seemed genuinely happy to see me, and that kind of meant a lot to me because, like I said, it's been a while. I kind of lost touch with a lot of friends that I used to see at these shows. I just don't get out and hanging out as much as I used to. So it was just a good time. And I'm having the Imperial 3 Blind Mice for a couple of reasons. One, because I have it here handy. Let's take a drink since I've talked for 3.5 or almost 4 minutes now and haven't taken a drink yet. The aromas on this are beautiful. Let's talk a tad bit about the beer. 9.6, 38 IBUs. It is a malty monster. It is a big Imperial brown ale. It is big and malty. It's just a little sweet, a little sticky. It's a little boozy, but not in a bad way for me. There's a lot of flavors going on. A bit of chocolate, toffee, and anise are predominant flavors that I'm getting. But so they have a limited number of taps there at Cartoons. It's a nightclub, it's a bar and grill, but they've, the nightclub area where they have the bands. It's a rather big room for a club. Anyways, they're also widely known for their sound quality, which is one reason a lot of bands like to play there. But they had regular 3 Blind Mice on tap. So I didn't have that handy, so I thought I talked about that. I'd have something, from Mother's, a bigger version of 3 Blind Mice. So anyways, it was only about $5. It comes in a plastic cup. You're outside there, kind of. There's a patio area you can walk out. I kind of walked out and wandered around a little bit, but it's not bad. At least they had some craft to choose from. Not a lot, but there is some. I think like most of you that have local brew pubs, most of the bars in town, bars, pubs, taverns, saloons, whatever you choose to call them, do carry Mothers. Some carry, almost every place has Mothers, even a lot of the chains. Some will carry White River. In some places you can get Springfield Brewing Company, their bottles, but nobody else has them on tap that I'm aware of. So anyway, I actually ran a lot longer than I planned on, but I just kind of wanted to convey that. Yeah, it was kind of nice to get out. It's been tough for me. Music has always been my thing. I was kind of a wannabe musician back in the 80s. I didn't have a lot of talent. I did enjoy playing, but I enjoyed listening more than playing. So I'm more of a kind of a trivia buff, I'm more of a, like I am with beer, I'm more of an enthusiast than an expert. It's just something that I like. I have enjoyed seeing live music, since about the mid to late 90s. I really made the switch to contemporary blues, which is a lot like classic rock. It's got that rock element to it. I really enjoy American roots and contemporary blues a lot. There's a lot of great artists I like. Walter Trout's one of the best. The one you've heard me talk about, Bill Perry, who passed away a few years ago. That guy put on one of the best shows ever. I mean, he was one of the greatest blues rock guitarists there was. I mean, he was widely respected. Tommy Castro certainly has a niche. He goes somewhere between that American roots and blues genre. A lot of his stuff sounds a lot like 50s, 50s, early 60s rock. He does a lot of covers as well. So anyways, said I was going to cut it down, and I still talked a minute and a half later. So anyways, yeah. my beer friends or anybody that happens to be watching me for whatever bizarre reason at this point, right, from out of town, if you're ever in town, give me a shout out. I got some nice places. If you want to hit some live music, Cartoons is one of the best local venues to go to. Sound is good. The place is nice. And actually, I haven't ate there in years. People tell me the food's good. So anyways, hey, I'm Tom the Beer Whisperer. We'll talk to you later.